Hello, everybody. Welcome to the training, learning, and development community. Thanks for being here. We've got like a later than normal broadcast today, which I actually love. I love doing these ones that are kind of later in the day, especially for me because, I've sort of like had a few hours to figure out how to wake up and get going with things. Although it looks like Alan is already over there drinking a cup of, is that a cup of coffee? I hope not.
It's a cup of water. I got my soda on standby.
There you go, just to keep going. So hi everybody, welcome. Let's see who's in. We've got Sherry and Christiana and Marley, Bob, Cheryl, Avi's here, Brenda, Linnea, I think that's how you say it. Darcy, Ray, Dorota's here, Tom, good to see you, Carrie, thanks you guys for joining us. So this one, we're talking with Alan Natachu about chromakey, green screen, and PowerPoint, which I have no clue whatsoever about what this is about. I looked it up a little bit, but then I decided I'm not going to research this too much because I want to be surprised. And so I am happy to introduce to you Alan. Most of you probably know Alan already, but Alan, why don't you give a quick intro of yourself to the audience?
All right. My name is Alan. I am broadcasting live from Madison, Wisconsin. It's 3 o'clock my time, 1 o'clock your time, or wherever you're at. I don't know what time. It's kind of late in the afternoon, so I'm going to hit up the soda harder.
Yeah, I think Tom's like in the UK, so it's probably early morning over there.
But I'm a learning experience designer with Exact Sciences here in Madison, Wisconsin.
Nice. And you've been on TLD Cast a bunch of times. You have a whole series of conversations that we have posted on thetldc.com, and you are a member and supporter. So thanks so much for that, Alan. And so let's just get into your topic. I'm going to just minimize my video and let you do your sharing and all that stuff. And I'll jump back in if I have any specific questions or anything pops up in chat. So, yeah, here we go.
All right. So I like to use tools for not their intended purpose. I've been using PowerPoint and Keynote to make motion graphics, to do all sorts of cool stuff. Quick video editors, quick photo editors, quick icon creators for all my projects. But this one topic interests me because I was looking at YouTube at green screen examples, and things like lower thirds kept popping up and motion graphics with a green screen background. And I thought to myself, I think I can do that in PowerPoint or Keynote. So I spent a little time watching more green screen videos, just motion graphic green screen videos. And I thought to myself, yes, this is something I can do, most definitely do. So with PowerPoint and green screening, it's not necessarily green screening a video background. We're using PowerPoint to create advanced motion graphics that we could overlay on video and then remove the background, got that nice motion graphic coming in, and remove the green, and then have that lay on top of a video. With you could use iMovie or Camtasia for the green screening. I'm a Mac person, so those two come into mind. I know there are other tools on the PC, but that's escaping me at the moment. So let's get hot to it. So what do we need? Well, we need to have something that we can work with. And I'm bringing up PowerPoint. This works on the PC or Mac version of PowerPoint. And I am going to turn this into a blank slide. And I'm going to insert something in the background. Whenever I do green screening using PowerPoint or Keynote, I like to have a reference. So I insert videos in the background to help me figure out, okay, what is it that I want to do? So I'm going to insert a movie, demo movie 1, and here I am. So inspired by TikTok, they got the videos where you can go and point. You know, there's one point, there's another point. Usually they have something snappy and happy or funny to say. But I figured that would be something that we can work with. And for me, I'm going to do just a simple button. Or not simple button, a simple shape. And in my video, I'm going to try to go to where I point. Then I'm going to duplicate the slide and duplicate this and try to find the second point. If it will let me. Maybe I crashed PowerPoint. That wouldn't be too good. Well, anyway, I'll shoot from the hip. So I'll duplicate that. I'll duplicate this. Since I pointed 4 times, I am going to set this up 4 times. Just in the approximate area because I can't play back the video right now. I don't know why, but we're pressed for time, so I'll just move forward. Now, I got my 4 points. They say hello. Very original at this point. But the point is not to make something cute. Its point is to show a proof of concept. Now, once I got my things laid out, I am going to delete the video in the background. So all I'm left with is just the text, the graphics, or whatever it is that I'm trying to create. This next part is a little tricky because this next part you want to hold off until you're done setting things up. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the pointing actions similar to TikTok videos. But after I lay everything out, I'm going to turn the background green. You want to do this as your last step because if you try to do it earlier, it's going to really mess with your vision. So what I did, I highlighted all the slides. The fill background, format background pops up, and I'm going to change the color to a custom color. Now the color I want to go to is a hex color. Let's see, search. All right, I am totally forgetting how to set up my hex colors in here. Okay, so I'll just set green. Now, the color that you may want to use is posted in the chat. If you type that in as your hex color, 00B140, it'll give this nice blinding green that we see right here. What to do next after we got this set up, I'm going to export this out as, in this case, individual pictures. So I am going to save this as PNGs. I don't know if you could see the, I don't know if you could see my selection. Let me see. Okay, you can't see it, but on a Mac, you selected export, save as images, exporting as PNG. And it tells me it's been added to a particular folder. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go into Camtasia or iMovie or whatever your video editor that supports chroma-key. We're going to drop that into that editor. In this case, I will share the entire screen so we can see everything. There we go. There it is. So I went ahead and I imported this into Camtasia. And I marked where I point. Just give me a reference for this next bit. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add media, add those pictures that I created into my project. Point 1 goes near marker 1. Let's go ahead and expand that out all the way. See what's the scale on that. I'm going to copy that so I can just paste that in. And I apologize for this next bit because it's going to be awfully green for a while. I'm going to repeat the same here. Line it up with my markers. Ta-da. Do it a couple more times. Now, you may be asking, well, if this is a TikTok-like video, why aren't you using TikTok? Well, if you're using this for work, sometimes the boss might not like you using TikTok on the job. So if you wanted to pull off that effect, you may have to do something else. There we go. And next is where the magic happens. We got our green backgrounds. We got our graphics on top of it. We're going to go into the visual effects, and we are going to remove a color. Put that on top of the first one. And the green disappears, and we're left with that. If I do it for this one and the other ones, because we're using green, it's automatically pulling green from that list. If we were using blue, we may have to tell it to, hey, I want blue instead. And then we could choose the blue by selecting the color picker and then choosing blue. But we're not going to do that here. There we go. Now, I'm going to play this back. Hopefully, it'll play back nicely on your end. Maybe play it back without the audio. There. So by adding a green background to our PowerPoint slide, we're able to bring it into Camtasia, iMovie, or other video editor and pull the green out and use that in our projects.
Okay, that is cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like it. Now, wait a minute. So, okay, and I don't ever use Camtasia for like doing anything really interactive, but aren't there built-in tools for like Camtasia to be able to do that?
There is, but sometimes you want uniformity. Maybe you don't want to go into Camtasia and start learning a new tool. You know PowerPoint very well, as in my case.
Yeah.
And then it's easier for you to whip out those scenes in PowerPoint and then bring it into Camtasia and work with it there.
Mm-hmm.
Or in my case, captions. I've been looking at a lot of TikTok videos, and when people are talking, they have a big caption blurb next to them. You can create that same caption blurb in PowerPoint and bring that into Camtasia or other places.
Right.
Yeah, and I like using the full picture, full green background, the full slide, versus maybe taking a little portion of it, because if you take that little portion of it and bring it into your video editor and it's not large enough, you stretch it out, then it starts to look pixelated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In the PowerPoint version for Mac, it asked me what's the size. I did not resize it to 720 or 1080p to get that nice full frame. If we go back and look at the quality of the image output on top of the video, it's kind of grainy. But if I exported it out in a high definition size, it would look way better.
Wow, that is cool. Mm-hmm. All right. And I wish that I kind of, because I used to have TikTok, and I knew that if I kept TikTok on my phone, I would probably end up watching it way too much, taking it off my phone. But I would love to understand more about it, because I've seen people do this stuff like on YouTube, sort of those closing screens, and the kind of moving around and pointing and being able to press on that. So That is really cool. Thanks for sharing. Let's see. Axel is saying, I don't see the advantage compared to using Camtasia only. I think you just kind of talked about that a little bit. I don't, like if you were somebody that was more comfortable with PowerPoint, it does seem like it would be a better choice for you to be able to work within PowerPoint to create those to create this and then export it out into Camtasia. Also, it seems like PowerPoint would probably have more sort of options for that interactivity, than Camtasia would.
Yeah, I am quickly creating a lower third, because the example I use is kind of like, okay, I'm putting a picture there, putting a picture here, putting a picture there. And yes, you could use Camtasia for that. But what if you wanted to take things to another level? When I was doing my original research for this, was a lot of lower thirds. It's a lot of transitions where you can go in and put this green screen file on top of your video, and it will tell someone's name, or maybe a star will blow up. Well, maybe a star will blow up and fill up the entire screen and come back down. You could use that as a transition between one video and another.
Yeah. Does Camtasia do is there something native in it that allows you to easily do lower thirds or no?
They do have their own, but if you're looking at branding, if you're looking to do something else, if you are bored of Camtasia, you could definitely bring it in.
Oh yeah, Darcy has a great point here. He says, this is great. You could create chroma key ready visuals that could be reshared with my team, regardless of what software they're using, Camtasia, Adobe, etc., rather than being locked into a specific software's workflows or tools. Yeah, because that's true. Like everybody's got PowerPoint. Yeah. That is awesome. All right. So have you used this tool? I mean, not the tool, but this workflow very much? Is that something that you've put into your own
all the time? I like to use Keynote because the output is much cleaner than PowerPoint, but either one will work.
That's interesting. Very cool. I'd love to. You don't have anything that you could share, do you? That you can share?
Am trying to get this done ASAP, and then I'm going to export it out as a movie instead. In fact, let's share the screen so you can see what I'm doing.
Okay, go for it. I will minimize. Well, I'll stay on and just do that.
And I've been working on PCs for a while now, so now that I'm working on a Mac, everything's kind of backwards for me. It's been that long.
I hate that.
So forgive me. I added these two shapes. I'm reusing what I did earlier. And for me, I'm gonna change the background to different color, just because it's easier on my eyes. I find if I keep working in green, my eyes just go bonkers after a while. So first part, set up my stage, set up my slide, and then I set up what I want. These ones, I have a simple animation coming in. Then I'm going to tell it to play automatically. After previous. After that, slow it down. Set it up however you want to set it up. This one, I'm going to tell it the same. After previous with no delay. Let's take this for a test drive to make sure that it works.
All right.
So it just kind of crept up and crept up.
Mm-hmm.
Next, I'm happy with that. I'm going to make sure that I switch my background back to green screen. In this case, I'm going to select this really green. That's an official term. Then I am going to export this out as a movie. MP4 is good. Presentation quality, that's good. And that's good. Now, depending on your computer speed, processor, RAM, hard drive space, whatnot, this process may take a few seconds. This process may take a few minutes. So you want to be patient. And once you have that done, I'm going to go back into Camtasia. And let me import that into here. have my green screen video, and I just drop it inside on a track. And looks like that's already imported. Good. I'm going to get rid of these ones that I created earlier so we can get a nice effect. Nice clean break. And we can see it's popping up here. It's just appearing out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Now if I go into my visual effects and remove a color, remove a color. Did I drop that right? Hello. Yes.
Come on, Temptation. Okay.
All right. This, there we go. So what happened is I dropped the effect on top of the video. It did not recognize it right away. So I had to go into the color and tell it with the eyedropper tool which color I want to use. And
Nice.
as you go by, it can, it'll just pop up. It makes great motion graphics, motion effects. You may notice there's a little green under this one.
Yeah.
So what you want to do, you want to play around with the tolerance, the softness. These would be similar in iMovie or whatever video editor that you're using. And adjust that so that it disappears.
Very cool. Oh, yeah.
Now, I play this back. And that's just a little simple thing that I created. You could get wild with your animations and effects.
That is great. Thank you so much about sharing. Oh, Darcy's got another good tip on here. Oh, we're talking about registry hacking. Alan, I had the same concerns about the export resolution quality of PowerPoint, but discovered a registry hack that Microsoft recommends if you want to increase the resolution of your exported images or slides from PowerPoint.
Thank you.
Look at that. That's good. Okay.
Oh, that's nice. That's real nice. I like that a lot.
Yeah, not for the faint of heart. Definitely.
No.
I don't want to screw up your registry, but for those of you so inclined, hacking your registry can be pretty fun. Anyway, oh, bye. Sorry, my wife is leaving. All right, this is cool, you guys. I mean, Alan, great tip. This is really, really nice. I am probably gonna play around with this. Let's see. Anybody have any questions at all? Tom saying you would never see Apple advertising registry hacks now, would you? No, definitely.
A couple of things to mention about this particular technique. If you're using something that has a lot of green in it already, it may start pulling that out. You may start seeing, instead of having that nice solid green, like a dark green versus that bright green, it may pull some of that green out of the dark green and may look transparent. So you might want to choose a different background. Let's see, here we go. In the chat, I am posting a hex color, 0033cc. When you put that into the color picker, it will give you blue screen instead of green screen. You could use any color. Industry is blue or green. You could do orange, you could do yellow, whatever background you want, as long as you have the color picker tool to say, I don't want green, I don't want blue, I want to choose the color picker tool, and I want to choose the color that's on my screen.
Awesome. Very nice. So just real quick, typical examples of how you've used it and what kind of projects. Is there anything that you can list off at all? Captions. Okay. I
like using it for captions because I know Camtasia has, you can create your own captions. I know that other tools, you can use the text tool inside the video editor to create captions, but I like the idea of setting up my slide, typing in my captions, and having it as a uniform look. And then being able to copy that slide and re-enter the next line and the next line and the next line. That way I could create burned-in captions for videos. It won't create closed captions, which allows the user to turn them on and off, but it will create hard encoded captions, which means it will be on the video forever.
Nice, nice.
So that's
Okay.
my go-to. The second one is motion graphics. I like to mess around. Something looks boring, I've used it 10 times. I need something new.
Yeah, no, that's great. I've been thinking about, how I export like all the videos that I post on YouTube. I pretty much like put them together using Camtasia, and I'm using just sort of some built-in Camtasia, intro graphics and stuff to generate it with music. But I've been thinking about changing that up, and it seems like this might be a good option, is to, just to have it seem a little more unique and, my own flavor. So this is a great little tip here. Well,
I'm a
thanks.
presentation nerd, so this to me felt natural to use. It's also a gateway drug. Once you get into motion graphics, maybe you want to get into more motion graphics. Maybe you start using Apple Motion or After Effects.
Right. Yeah, I would definitely love to be good at After Effects. I've just seen some really incredible projects that people have created in After Effects. I'm like, oh man, I wish that was something that I could get into, but that's never going to be one of my strong points. So I probably will never get into that. All right. Well, thanks for that, Alan. You got anything else, or should we just go ahead and wrap it up?
That's it.
Okay. Excellent.
You can find me on Instagram. I forget my Instagram account, but if you look up Alan Natachu, you'll be able to find it.
Yeah.
My Twitter is @Natachu.
Yeah. On Instagram, is the
green? I think it's Alan.Natachu. I got that's my personal one.
Oh, that's your personal.
You're welcome to find me on my personal one.
All right.
Alan.Natachu.
Follow you on your personal one.
I'm also on LinkedIn.
And I want to just mention to everybody, if you guys, anybody in the live audience, if you guys have things like this that you'd like to share with TLDC and just so we can get it out to the community, feel free to just reach out and let me know. I would love to have you on. We can talk about some of these cool tips. These are one of my favorite things. The two things that I really love are these tips. And then also I love interviewing just people about their backgrounds and just their journey in L&D. So if you have anything like this that you'd like to share and you think that it would be of value to the community, just reach out to me on Slack. I'd be happy to bring you on, and we could just do a little 30-minute one like this one with Alan. Alan, thank you so much for doing this. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. You've always come up with like incredible productivity stuff and the VR stuff, and always love having you share with the community. And everybody, tomorrow I've got Sammy Chan. We're going to be talking about this D&D series that she did on LinkedIn, about how she learned some soft skills, and she created like this really interesting set of episodes that had multiple slides in them with graphics she created and everything about D&D. So that's going to be tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific time. And so join us for that. And then Friday, we're doing another sort of tool one with Rubina Halwani and Randy Redman and Liz Park. We're talking about how they use Trello for their instructional design projects. So we've got another 2 days ahead of us. All right, you guys, have a good one. Alan, thanks again. And hopefully we'll see everyone tomorrow. Take care.